Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Tasya Saputri and I'm from PBI 1. Okay, in this video, I would like to explain about the seminar on research proposals. And in this opportunity, I'm going to explain you about the 4 content, and the first is title, and then research problems, research objective, and chapter 3 about method. And before I will explain you about the chapter 3 about method, I will discuss again about my research questions and my research problem. And first, I will explain about the title. Okay, in this study, I raised the title "An Analysis Simple Present Tense Error Through Descriptive Text" made by students of 10th Madrasah Aliyah Al-Fatah, Palembang. I will explain you my background in briefly why I choose this title. I choose this title because there are many simple present tense error carried out by a student, especially in making descriptive text. In this research, in this study has 3 research questions, and based on my background that I have made, I can conclude and I can meet 3 research questions, and they are first is what types of simple present tense error did the students of 10th of Madrasah Aliyah Al-Fatah, Palembang? And the second is what was the most type error grammar of simple present tense in descriptive text student of 10th of the Madrasah Aliyah Al-Fatah, Palembang? And the last is what cause grammar errors in this descriptive text of students 10th of Madrasah Aliyah Al-Fatah, Palembang. Okay, and next I will explain you about my research objective. In this research, of course, there are research objectives, right? And according to the material I have studied, the research objective is reverse to the research questions. And based on my research question or research problem, it can be concluded that the research objective, there are 3 research objectives, and they are first is to identify the type of simple present tense error did students of 10th of Madrasah Aliyah Al-Fatah, Palembang make. And the second is to identify most type error grammar of simple present tense in descriptive text of student of 10th of Madrasah Aliyah Al-Fatah, Palembang. And the last is to identify grammar errors in the descriptive text of students 10th of Madrasah Aliyah Al-Fatah, Palembang. So next I will explain you about the chapter 3 method. First, and method is divided 4 sections. First is research design, and then sample and populations, and the third is data collection, and last is data analysis. And I will explain you one by one about these sections. The first section is research design. In this study, it was designed a qualitative descriptive research type to describe and analyze the answer to the research questions. Qualitative descriptive research is applied in the study with the aim of researchers wanting to identify the factor that cause students to make grammar errors in writing descriptive text, and also to describe the types of grammar error that are usually carried out by students. And research using this method is considered suitable for answering research questions because qualitative research is usually in the form of word or image, not in the form of number. And then with this aim, researchers collecting data from students writing product and interview. Then the student who became the sample will make a writing product in the form of descriptive text that the research will use to find out what common mistakes students often make in writing descriptive text, and then to find out the factor that cause students make error grammar. Researchers will conduct interview. Okay, next I will explain you about the sample and population. And this research will be conducted at Madrasah Aliyah Al-Fatah, Palembang, using students of 10th as the population in this study. And I will students of 10 consist 3 classes. They are MIA 1, MIA 2, and EIS. And in this study, I will take one class as the sample. And the sample is the sample is 35 students. Okay. And in the study, the sample method I use the purposeful sampling method. What is the purposeful sampling method? The purpose sampling method is sample assignment method by selecting certain samples that are assessed according to the purpose of problem of research in a population. Next, I will explain about the data collection. In this study, I will take several techniques to collect data, and I choose 2 techniques. First is test, and the second is interview. Test. In this test, I will students to make a product. I will students to make a descriptive text, and then to know about the simple present tense error. And in this study, a test is given in the form of making a product, like I said before, and which is that each student who becomes a sample must make a descriptive text with the theme I decide. For example, the theme is place, such as Borobudur Temple, Kuta Beach, Baraputra Dewa Museum, and so on. And students can make the descriptive text, and they can describe these descriptions about this place. and the test will be done within a 45 minutes or an hour of lessons. And the second is interview. Interview is a question answer activity is used to find out and obtain information from individual. And interview usually to orally. In this study, I will interview 6 students and 6 students who become sample, and later every 2 people will be divided into the lowest, average, and highest categories. And I will record the interview, and the interview will be carried after student who is sample take the test. So first collect data test, after that interview. And this interview consists 10 questions, and this 10 questions about the factor that cause student to make simple present tense error. And the predictions of the interview time is approximately 5 minutes for every student. And the type of interview to be conducted is a semi-structured interview. The selection of this type of interview aims to create a comfortable and flexible atmosphere so that there is no tensions between the researchers and the students who will be the interviewee. And last, I will explain you about the data analysis. Data analysis is a process carried by researchers to find research by systematically searching and compiling data on the material to be collected. And data analysis, I divide 3. First is analyzing types of error made by students, and analyzing the most types of error made by students, and the last is analyzing students' simple present tense error. Okay, I will explain one by one about the sections. The first is analyzing types of error made by students. In this analyzing types of error by students, I use the error analysis of Alice theories. Okay, and there are 2 steps. The first is identifications of error. At these sections, after collecting data through a descriptive text test, I will apply several steps. And the first is check the descriptive text whether it is in accordance with the manufacturing rules, and choose a sentence or word. In my opinion, a simple present tense is error. Then I will mark the word. And after that, I asked 2 English teachers of Madrasah Ali Al-Fatah Palembang to cross-check of the test, and that I have checked it. And the second steps is descriptions of the error. Once identified, the next step is to distinguish the simple present tense error made by students. I will categorize simple present tense error into 4 categories using the surface taxonomy proposed by Dulay, Burr, and Crescent. Therefore, the types of the error that will be categorized are: first, error of omissions, error of additions, error of misformation, and the last error is misordering. And okay, the next is analyzing most type of error made by students. The next explanations about the error is used as the last step. And after identifying and describing the error, then I will identify which type are mostly done are mostly done by students, which the following steps. The first is calculate the total of each student's simple present tense error. The second, calculate the total of all types of simple present tense error made by students. And the last is make a percentage. And to make a percentage, I have the formula. And the total of each simple present tense error divided by the total types of simple present tense error made by students. And it can be formulated like that. Okay? Knowing the percentage generated by the data, I will find out what types of simple present tense error most students do. Okay, the last is analyzing students' simple present tense error. If the finding above the type of student error in the simple present tense error, so that the case of simple present tense error will be analyzed through interview, like I said before. The interview will be conducted by 6 students of Madrasah Aliyah Al-Fatah Palembang grade 10, and I will conduct interview directly. Then I will record the interview activity as evidence and will write down the answer from the interviewee. After that, I will analyze and explain the result of the interview. Okay, I think that's all for my explanations about the title, research objective, research problem, and chapter 3. And I'm so sorry for my mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.